Hello everyone, welcome back. Glad to have you with us for another Stardew live stream. We're gonna play around with mods tonight. So I think we're just gonna use the speedy test track farm, since we already have the farm cleared. That way I don't have to do a couple of things. One is clear the farm out. But interesting enough, I did go ahead and turn off a lot of mods. So we're gonna look at automate. I still have the cheats on, some customization stuff, but for the most part, I turned most everything else off. If we have to restart with some new mods, we can. But the first thing I want to kind of point out is this is the tractor mod, right? So we can see that there's a shipping bin with a symbol on there. What I find interesting is we've got our horse over here. All right, so here's our horse. And then up here, we have another horse. So the tractor mod's using a horse and changing the graphics, and using a shipping bin and changing the graphics, it looks like, on the back end. So found that interesting. Okay, let's see. What should we make ourselves look like? Somebody corporate? Who looks corporate? Alright, we'll just go with the default skin. Oh, that's kind of a hippie look. I don't know if that's really what we're going for. We need to find like a... Are we already posting mushrooms? That didn't take long. Let's see now. Yeah, congrats Victus on hitting 100 subscribers. That's a big one. We just got out of a Victus Videos premiere. I apologize that I don't have quite the coolness of voice that Mr. Victus has. What was that one? Is that just like a... Eh. Nothing's jumping out at me. So let's go engineer instead then. Let's find something that looks like maybe a nerdy engineer. What do we got? Maybe something spiky, flat toppy. Oh, what do we want? Oh, wait a minute. That one's it right there. Alright, now we have to find ourselves... What are the nerdiest glasses? Oh! That might be it. 27 is a candidate. Ooh, 10. 10's giving 27 a run for its money. Alright, let's see. 27 or 10? Oh, we're definitely going 10. There we go. Alright, that'll work. Let's see. Let's grab ourselves... Isn't there like a red shirt and tie in here? Where's Lydia? What am I looking for? I thought there was like a white shirt, red tie type of thing. Oh, bow tie. Bow tie might be the way to go. Alright, we'll see if we find a different one, but... oh, that was the other one. That's the one I was thinking of. Okay, one of those two. One of those two is going to work. Let's see... Nothing crazy. I'm thinking... Not genie pants. I think we might just go with farmer pants. Although we really need them to be blue. Alright, let's see what that looks like. First the bow tie. And farmer pants. It's got a pseudo lab coat looking thing going on. The red shoes are definitely helping on that. What about the full tie? Kind of like the full tie. Oh, yeah, that works for me. All right. We have our nerd in place. All right, let's see. Catch up on chat. Nick's good to see you. Yeah, automate's when I do. Yeah, listening to yourself takes a while to get used to, for sure. Okay, so let's do a brief description. What is the automate mod? The automate mod is a way to automatically move stuff from location to location. So what we're going to do is clean out this stuff that we were using for the speed runs. We'll throw that on the floor, evidently. Alright, we don't need that, we don't need that. Must not be able to delete those, that's fine. Cookies is fine. Okay, so we have ourselves some chests, so let's start there. So the core of the automate mod, at least in the easy version, is to take something, move it to somewhere else. So let's take a look at what is available in the options. So we've got the main option, which is to enable it or disable it. This is how often it's going to pull. So, you know, this could be, if you're having some performance issues, you could slow this down a little bit. The overlay key, I've been using this for other reasons. We'll talk about this in a second. It will actually show some of your automations. So that's kind of cool. Let's see. Minutes for fairy dust. Warn for missing bridge mod. Whether to log a warning on startup if you installed a custom machine mod that requires a separate compatibility patch. Okay. Next section is connectors. We'll talk a little bit more about this, but it is a way to move product, almost like, think of it as like a conveyor belt. So that is those. Then we have Junimo hut behaviors. So, you know, what's going to happen to gems, fertilizer, and seeds in Junimo huts. Many shipping bin settings. We'll play around with this a little bit. Notice it has a priority thing, and we'll play around with that as well. Right now I have them shut off because I'm using them in my Joja playthrough, and I don't want to accidentally sell anything. From here on out, you basically just have different items and whether you're going to turn that on and what kind of priority it gets. So anvil, auto grabber, bait makers, bee houses, pretty much anything that is going to make change, do something with a product is going to be in here, right? Oil makers, seed makers. Oh, in honor of Victus, we got a soda machine. We'll get a soda machine working here. We'll see what happens there. Solar panels, statues, tappers, trash cans, trees, wood chippers. I didn't see. I was curious. Maybe I just skipped over it. Okay, cool. Fish ponds are in there. So again, we're going to play around with some of these settings. Let's see. Yeah, I love hoppers, but they just weren't quite as many things as I wanted to do. Classy, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Do appreciate it. Okay, so let's get a base configuration built. We're going to take, we'll just start up here. We're going to drop a chest down. We're going to drop a second chest down. We are going to go get ourselves some kind of a machine. So let's start with mayonnaise. So we'll get ourselves a mayonnaise machine. We'll get ourselves some eggs. Just normal eggs are fine. We're going to plop down the mayonnaise machine. We're going to throw our eggs in a chest. And there we go. We saw that the mayonnaise machine automatically popped off, right? I didn't have to walk up to the machine and click on it. If we look in here, our eggs have gone from $9.99 to $9.98. Now, we are going to do some cheaty here because we want to see what's actually happening behind the scenes. So I'm going to come in here, and we're going to turn on, I think it's in here. This might do something that's a little bit crazy, but instant build, there we go. Fast machine processing. So we're going to turn on our mayonnaise machine. So there you go. So you can see it's now kicking through product, right? It's automatically loading the egg into here. Once the mayonnaise is available, it's automatically unloading it into this chest. So that's the basics. That's the basics of how this mod works. So we'll notice here that we are not getting anything into this chest. But let's go ahead and get ourselves... Oh, it's still running while we're in a menu. We'll get ourselves a mini shipping bin if we can. I think we can. There they are. Alright. We'll take that chest out. Put this down. Okay, so we'll notice nothing's going into our mini shipping bin, which is by design. So let's go ahead and come in here. We're going to reconfigure our mini shipping bin to turn it on. Alright, so a couple of things have happened. Nothing in here. Everything's gone over here. Right? This is not what we're looking for. And there we go. So it happened again. So let's play around with this. Now, full disclosure, I haven't actually done a lot of testing on this. This is kind of why we're doing this. We're going to explore this together. So, many shipping bins have a priority of -2. Let's see if we can find a chest. Is there a chest setting? Cheese, charcoal... Deconstructor settings. I don't see any. Automate interval. Toggle overlay. Alright, well, first thing then, let's just try to make it that. Let's see what happens. Alright, so we'll put something back in here. And we got to transfer over as well. Alright, so that's not doing anything. Let's go the other way. That doesn't make any sense to me, but let's see what it does. Alright, so that one skipped over the machine. Right? So the egg went to the machine, but because the shipping bin had a higher priority, it completely skipped it. So if we look at our thing here, we've got this chain going on. And it automatically moved the eggs to here because this had a higher priority. So the highest thing in the chain seems to take precedence. Okay, so we have a start here. Let's try it this way then. I'm going to take this out, and we are going to put in a way that you might actually use this. Let's get ourselves an auto grabber, because an auto grabber I think we can put into the priority list. So let's place that one down. Let's come back in here. So we're going to take our shipping bin back down to... Let's go -10. And then auto grabber settings. So let's set our auto grabber to 1. Let's see what that does. So theoretically, our auto grabber should... Alright, I can open it only if there's an item in it, and I'm not sure if I can get an item in it. Okay, so that might not work. Okay, I guess we're eating that egg. I was hoping I could put some items in there, but okay, let's see what else we got. Auto grabber, bait maker, bee house, bush cask, charcoal, cheese, coffee, crab, deconstructors, dehydrators, fish ponds, hay hopper and silo, furnaces, incubators, kegs. Okay, let's try this. Let's go mayonnaise machine settings. We'll make that a priority of 1. Seed makers. Yeah, I need to get something in there. We could put a chicken coop up if we have to. I was hoping I could just dump something in there, but evidently not. I'm actually surprised I don't see... I was actually hoping there was a chest setting, but I don't see a chest setting. Alright, so let's try this. Oh, I don't think I saved, though. Hold on. Let's go back in there. Okay, so we've got that set to -10. We've got auto grabber set to 1. And then let's set... I found something else. Mayonnaise machine. Alright. Alright, let's go back to our other configuration here. And that's going to be a chest. So again, we check our thing. We've got good stuff going there. We'll put our eggs back in the chest. Yeah, I think the problem is our chest priority is not being calculated. Is there another option? Okay, hold on. Let's check the mod page. See if there's a key or shortcut key that I'm missing. Supports the custom machines. Fruit trees. Yeah, it supports chests, that's fine. Machines into machine groups is replacing the chest machine so it's touch another one. Configure or visualize machine groups. Multiple chests to the same machine group. They'll all be used in the automation. Input will be taken from all chests, and output will be sent to chests in this order. Chests edited using chests anywhere to enable prefer this chest output. So we might turn that on. Chests which already contain an item of the same type. Any chest. Okay, so let's try that. So let's clean this out. Let's put mayonnaise back in there and see what happens. Okay, so it's automatically transferring it across. So that part is working. But it says it should... Chests which already contain an item of the same type. Connectors. Yeah, I know connectors. Should probably let you transfer items between multiple machine groups. Okay, so machine pipelines is a different mod. So it looks like the core of this is set to do the work, but you might want some other mods. Like I know there's also a chest filter mod that's supposed to work with it as well. Let's see. I think the way this is designed, let's get a different lineup going here. So let's grab ourselves where's the deluxe? I want the deluxe bait maker. Isn't there a deluxe bait maker? Or is the bait maker just the... No, we want the worm bin, I think. That's what I'm thinking of. Alright, deluxe worm bin. And then... let's see. What else might we pull? Crystallarium could actually work as well. Let's grab ourselves a Crystallarium stack. What else might work? I could do some stuff with crab pots. Oh, let's try this one. This one looks interesting. We'll get ourselves a bee house. Keg. What is it? A cask. To do that one, I'm going to have to upgrade my house, though. Okay, we'll play with that one. Let's get ourselves a statue of perfection. And a heavy furnace. Actually, just a normal furnace. And some coal. Actually, we'll get coal. We could also get a charcoal kiln. Okay, let's play around with some stuff. We'll grab ourselves some wood here. Okay, first one, let's try to build. You'll see a lot of things like this, where we'll just get something fired up. Right, and so we've got our little mini pipeline there. Let's go ahead and go into our cheat menu here, and we'll turn on was it the worm bin or the deluxe worm bin? Deluxe worm bin. Deluxe, deluxe, deluxe. There we go. All right, so you can kind of see this thing's producing, and instead of having to harvest it myself, it's just kicking this stuff into here. Now, something you could do with this, let's go ahead and turn off that quick processing for a moment. Let's go ahead and get ourselves some crab pots. All right, let's run down here. All right, so we're going to put ourselves a worm bin here, and then we're going to put did we grab? I don't think we grabbed a recycle machine. There we go. I'm going to try to put that there, and then we'll get ourselves a chest. We'll stick it here. Okay, let's go ahead and fire this back up. So let's go in. We're going to turn on crab pots and deluxe worm bin. Okay, so what we're seeing happen in here is it's putting everything in here. But I don't think we've gotten any trash yet. Actually, it's giving us the same stuff every time. The fast processing might be messing this up a little bit. Oh, nice. Iridium Scythe and Green Rain is a good day. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to explore how some of the settings work. We're popping achievements. Yeah, this one we're just playing around with mods. Okay, so let's try this. Let's change time. Okay, so for whatever reason, probably because of the mods, we're getting the same items over and over again. What we were hoping to get here, though, is it's auto-feeding the crab pots with bait. Then once the crab pots are done, it's harvesting the crab pots, and then it's putting stuff in here. But if we were getting junk, like garbage, we could automatically put it in there, which should mean that in here, like if we put the recycle machine, like at a higher setting than the crab pots or the chest, it might actually work. But unfortunately, we're not getting the things that we're looking for there. So let's go ahead and turn that stuff off. Okay, let's try a different pipeline. What else do we got? Let's try... like I said, I don't think I've upgraded my house. Did we ever upgrade the house? Nope, not in this build. So let's go see Robin. There we go. We'll just break into Robin's house here. 450 pieces of wood. Yep, we've got that. No, don't start on it tomorrow. Let's see. I thought we had... We've got instant build turned on, but we might not have it for that. Let's check. Oh, we sold some mayo. Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm not catching up on... Okay. Yeah, so the cheat stuff is CJB cheats menu and the item spawner. Those are the two mods that are doing that. There we go. Okay, we got our house upgrade. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend necessarily playing with these mods, like if you're just trying to play the game. But they are nice if you're just trying to figure stuff out, so. All right, Robin, go to work. Wake up! Wake up! Oh, hardwood. Hardwood. Picky, picky. All right. Let's get these first upgrades done, and then we'll start to play around with... Because we're just trying to get to the basement. That's a good place for your bed. Hopefully once we get this one done, then we can just purchase the rest. All right. I think we should be good now. Come on, Robin, go to work. A day in the life of Robin, Groundhog's Day style. Alright, well that'll get us the one that we want, so I guess that'll be enough. I don't remember them all taking 3 days to complete, but... Give us a cellar. Yeah, expanded is definitely one I want to work on at some point. That'll probably be, honestly, my next series. Okay. Actually, you know what? I don't know what I was thinking, but I don't think that's going to work anyway. Milk in a chest. Turn it to cheese. Okay, let's try one down here though with milk. Okay, so let's get ourselves some milk. Iridium milk. I don't know what that is. Large goat milk. And cheese press. Okay. Let's see if we can get this one to work. So, we're going to put down a chest. And then we're going to put down a cheese press. And then we're going to put down a cask. Alright, we're going to load our milk into here. Alright, so the milk auto-loaded into there. Now, again, we're going to use the cheat menu to do this next part, but we'll go ahead and turn up the cask and the cheese press. So what you can see now is the milk is loading in. Let's take this out. I'm not fast enough. There we go. Alright, let's put this in a slightly different order. Cheese press here. And then cask here. So you can see that it's making cheese and then doing that. Now, interesting enough, oops, we do have some extra cheese here. So if we put these in a line, we just saw everything kick in. And let's go ahead and put one there and one here. And then we're going to turn down the cask speed. So what we're seeing now is as the cheese gets made, because all of our casks are connected in a grid system, right? It's just auto-loading the next one. So theoretically, with a setup like this, you could completely fill your basement with casks because you no longer have to walk to harvest them. Right? So if I wanted to here, we could come in here. Oh, got myself stuck. All right, let's move our casks up to there. So we could actually fill up our basement completely with no space to walk, right? Because what's happening is, because the automate mod can actually fill in anything that's touching, we could make this room completely full. Also works diagonally. There you go. So now that we've got set up, let's move some of this stuff out of here so we can see. So my cheese press is feeding this system. Once these get done, it's going to pull out. But what's happening now is the excess cheese is going into here. We've got 53. If we go ahead and turn up our cask speed here again. So what it did there is it basically auto-harvested out. Let's pull our milk out. So it auto-harvested out all of the cheese that was available. So now what would happen is, let's go ahead and turn this back off. So we'll turn our casks back off. Okay, so let's pretend this was our setup, right? And we'll say the room was full of casks. I just put my, my cheese processing here. Or I could even do something. Here, let's try this. I'm going to take those out. So let's say this chest was basically like here. And then the rest of this room was filled up, right? So we'll go ahead and in this one, and put our milk back in. All right, so this is now running. Now notice nothing's happening over here because they're not connected. Let's talk a little bit. We'll do that in a second. So this is filling up, right? So I could be doing this outside. I could be doing this anywhere. Then I could fill my room up like this, and I could say, okay, we've got cheese done, right? We have 18 cheese here. I could come in here, drop my cheese in, boom. Fills the whole room, right? Now this is empty. I get another batch of cheese. We got 12 more cheese. Boom, filled. Then, when my casks got done, boink, harvests it all out. Now I've got purple cheese, and it's sitting here. So theoretically, we could do this with kegs as well. You could fill a room completely with kegs and just have it cycle like this, and then you could bring the ancient wine down. So let's try that. Let's try... Can we grab ancient wine? Alright, we'll get ourselves a stack of ancient wine here. So there you go. So we're processing out our ancient wine. Now notice it's jumping all the levels because we've got the instance stuff on right now. Let me catch up. There we go. Let's see. Let me turn these back off. There we go. How much cheese have we made? 85 cheese, right? So throw that in here. And that's running. Okay. Let's see. I've never seen the iridium snake milk. Yeah, expand is probably going to be my next thing. But I think it's going to be a few months before we get to that. Yeah, the automate mod is definitely on the edge, for sure. So, okay, so let's turn our casts back on here. Now, it's an exploit partially because I am using the cheat, right? Like, if we're going to do the wine, it's still going to take 56 days for the cast to process it, right? The cheese is still going to take the milk. All this stuff is still going to take the time. Basically, what it's saving you is the harvest time. So let's see if we can get this set up. Let's go ahead and pull everything out of there. We'll kill that. Pull the stuff out of here. Okay, so this will be our first kind of use case of could you actually set up and get myself trapped in here if I'm not careful. I need a tool just to paint things into the room. So again, keep in mind, the quick harvest is a cheat mod. That's not part of the automate. I'm just turning that on so we don't have to sit here and be like, well, we think it would work, but since it didn't do anything, we can't tell. So I have not kept count on how many this is. Just trapped myself in here. We can probably count it later. I think it says up on the wiki if you completely fill the room how many it actually is, but now we won't be able to 100% completely fill the room. We'll have to leave ourselves one spot right there. Alright, so if we drop a chest down right there. Okay, so now we come into our... we didn't freeze time, evidently. Let's... Time. There we go. Okay, so we come into our room. We say, hey, we've got some milk. Nope, we need cheese. So ancient wine. We've got some ancient wine. I think we built all of our ancient wine. Okay. There we go. Okay, so our cheese is done. And now we have been saving up our ancient wine. Or any wine, I guess. So we've got that. We're going to throw it in there. There we go. Now, again, that would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it ran about 8 times. That's 4 years worth of processing that we just did. But my interface is now, everything is here, right? And I wouldn't have to actually go through everything like that. If I were going to do it, if we were going to do the cheese version, you could probably, let's see if we can, this one might be fun, actually. Let's take out 1 cask. And let's put in our cheese press. Where did we move? Auto grabber, cheese press. Okay, so again, we check everything is connected, it looks like. Okay. We're going to turn off the casks, turn on the cheese press. I'm going to put my milk back in here. And so there we go. So we're seeing now how the mod is working, right? Because the casks aren't instantly doing that. So it's basically as I enter stuff that the cask can use. So notice that it's not putting the milk in the casks because that's not a valid item. But really, I could put anything in here that I wanted to age, and I wouldn't have to necessarily even be... I'm just going to do ancient wine now. I'm almost just going to do this. So maybe a shed with kegs in it, you could do this as well, right? You could fill up the shed with kegs. We'll try that next, I think. But there you go. Okay, 1 use case. Let's pull that out. All right, well, let's let that run. Okay, let's play around with... Actually, make sure I have... Where's that? Instant build on, yeah. Warp. Where's the warp? All right, we've been moving time around, so who knows where Robin's at. Robin, go to work. All right, let's start the day early. She might be broken. Sometimes when you warp time about, they get stuck into whatever they were supposed to be doing at the time. About 2 o'clock. I think she's in her night mode right now. I believe. So we may have to... Yeah, I don't think I can trigger her, so... Okay. Here's what we're going to do then. We will... We'll just reset Robin here. And then let's set the time for Alright, that should get her to work. There they come. Alright. Alright, while she's getting there, let me catch up on chat. Let's see. Yeah, the thud was pretty loud, actually. That would be nice for sure, the drag system. I've never played co-op Stardew. Alex, one of our streamers, Dread, does. Her and her sister play. If you want to check them out, there we go. There's Dread's channel. She's been playing split screen co-op, which is actually pretty cool. Yeah, I've never done co-op, so okay. Let's get ourselves a shed here. There we go. I'm sure you will. Big shed, wood and stone. Wow, look at all the different types of stone. I just want normal stone. There we go. Alright, we got ourselves a big shed. Yeah, I don't think I would want to play this way, actually. Alright, we need to get some crap out of our inventory, though. Goat cheese. Let's dump that. The crab pots didn't work as well as I thought they would. We'll still play around with the furnaces. Shipping bins I still want to figure out. Casks we can get rid of for right now. Cheese stuff we'll get rid of. I still want to play with those. Get rid of that for now. Crystallarium, I still want to play with that as well. Okay. Kegs is what we're going to play around with next. Let's take a quick break and we'll jump into a potential keg setup. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Yeah, committing to co-op, and if you lose the person that's going to do co-op, that can be a little rough. All right, let's get keg. Let's see. Star fruits. Is that what somebody wanted? Got some star fruits. Some ancient fruit. And coffee beans, of course. Ooh. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to fill this up. Let's see. How bad will it be? Probably should just use the small shed. But again, we're doing experiments here, so... I hate when you're just not quite in range. Messes everything up. Go to where I want you, not to where you think. Jeez, that was horrible. And then I think here at some point we're going to... what am I thinking? We're going to turn on chests anywhere, because I think that might add some functionality. But let's just stick with just automate right now, before we start combining it with other mods. Quit getting ahead of me, kegs. Okay, so this would be ridiculous to try to maintain in the vanilla game. I mean, you could theoretically do this. You could do a row, put your stuff in it, do a row, put your stuff in it, and then you'd have to delete all of this out to get this to work. Which I think we can all agree may or may not be worth the time. Now again, you can get a similar thing just by putting multiple sheds on. Okay, I don't know that we can put... Yeah, we can't put anything there. So let's take out that one. And we'll plop down the chest. Okay, let's go to our inventory. Let's say we harvested conservatively. $62 of those. 62 of those. And 62 of those. All right, so we've got, you know, our crops that we've been harvested, and they're all saved up, and everything is good. I can come in here. Let's check our grid. Our grid should be good. Grid looks good. I walk in here. I open up my chest. Nope, don't put that one in. There we go. So there was my 62 star fruit. I throw those both in. And I'm down to 2 coffee beans. Why didn't they process? I wonder if that's starfruit. Did that process and block my coffee from getting in? Let's find out. Let's turn on our kegs here. Oh, no, it's because there's not enough. You need 4 or 5. Oh, okay. Yeah. Didn't even think about that. Okay, so let's turn off our quick harvest again. Wish this was searchable. All right, so we come in, we go into our chest. We'll harvest our stuff. $58 of those. 58 of those. 235 of those. Close our chest. There we go. And then we harvest some more. So we get 27 more of these. Bam. They start doing their deal. Found 13 starfruit tucked away in a chest. We didn't know where they were. Bang. They're in place. We found 13 more starfruit and 44 coffee beans and 53 of these. So nothing happened, right? So our stuff is full. But as soon as they would finish, there we go. So this would just basically harvest anything you dump in here would keg up. So you wouldn't have to even be all that crazy about what happened. So, all right, let's go ahead and throw that in. Throw that in. It is a good sound. And again, that would take time. We're speeding up time just to make things happen, but there we go. 5 beans. I should know a coffee, right? Hello, Parker. Good to have you with us. Well, I've hoppered coffee for so long. Yeah, I don't pay attention to how many coffee beans it takes. When you have hundreds of thousands, you don't think about 5. Okay, so that is an application. Let's see. Crystallariums. What can we do with crystallariums? You could do something with quartz. You could do a quartz crystallarium run. Okay, so let's try something here. So let's say we had okay, so we have our 8 crystallariums, and let's grab some, how about some fire quartz? There we go. Now, I don't know if this will load these up. Let's find out if that will work first. Okay, so it loaded those up. Now, let's pull that out and let's put in something different. Let's put in some normal quartz. Okay, we'll throw that in there. Okay, so that's what I expected. Because crystallariums won't let you put something else in on top of it, adding more stuff in here is not making any difference, right? It's just processing fire quartz. All right, so let's update. Let's add, how about a heavy furnace to our list here? All right, so heavy furnace is in place, but obviously the heavy furnace can't do anything without the aid of some coal. So there we go. So now our heavy furnace is running. Now, obviously, again, the heavy furnace is waiting. It's doing this real thing. So let's turn on. All right, so now we've got crystallariums doing their thing. Every time a fire quartz would come up, it would feed this. Obviously, this is going to run faster than these. So you try to find your balance. Now let's do something real quick here. Let's take this out of the thing and let's play around with a setting in here called connectors. So we're going to turn on the brick floor. And let's say for whatever reason, you really wanted your heavy furnace to be over here, right? Actually, let's grab one more thing. Let's grab brick. How about a crystal? Crystal floor. Okay, so if we put our heavy furnace here, we'll notice nothing's happening. Because if we look at our grid, the green, again, the green indicates that there is a connection here, right? And because we designated the brick floor as a connector, it will actually use that to make things travel. So if we take that out there. And let's put in our heavy furnace here. So there you can see it's pulling the fire quartz out of here. So we're at 132, 138. So you could, if you really wanted this functionality to be elsewhere, you could move it around by putting in a connector. Alright, so there is something going on. Now again, this is very specific, you know, pulling the... Let's just turn some of this off, sorry, it's noisy. Okay, so this is going to process all the fire quartz that is now in here. So the fire quartz is passing through these machines and into there. So it's actually finishing that up for us. Alright, there we go. Now, obviously, if we... Let's add... Nope. Let's add a crystallarium. Oh, they're next to the brick, so they fired up. Okay, let's do this. I want to break the connection to that. Okay, so we add a couple crystallariums here. We'll grab our favorite thing, jade. Right, so we fire those up. We're going to keep our connection broken. We're going to fire this thing back up here. Crystallariums. Heavy furnace. Okay, so we can see that these things are done. And this is done. But this has nowhere to go. Right? There's no output here. Now, if I had another chest. We just threw another chest out here. And we wanted to use our connection system. There we go. So these are now creating. But notice it's skipping this. So everything's going to this chest, but because our coal has been isolated, the furnace isn't working. So it's just stacking stuff up here. So again, if we got coal... Now, obviously, this is going to overload this because they're producing it at the same time. But normally, what's going to happen here is that's going to produce faster than the crystallariums. So this would run through multiple rounds while they're doing their single round and things like that. Okay, let's turn that off. Alright, so that's doing its work. Let's see, other ideas. I believe our bait thing would work. I just think the speeding up time is messing this up. So if you put a recycle machine... Oh, that was weird because it was not supposed to be that. That was supposed to be a recycling machine. Well, did this fill up with trash? I don't think it did it? Oh, it did. Okay. Let's retest this. Recycling machine. Oh, yeah, I already had some. Alright, so if we put a recycling machine in this... There we go. Okay, that triggered off. So this might have filled up because we've been letting the day run. I don't know that I can... No, I can't run time fast, I don't think. What if I just change time? There we go, that triggered something. Time. Okay, let's turn these up. See what happens this time. So we're gonna need our recycling machine. We're gonna need our crab pots. Okay, so it burnt through the trash. But again, I think because we're running the crab pots at high speed, what's probably happening here is based off of the time, it's generating certain stuff. So let's try this. That looks the same. Yeah, I think we're just breaking the spawn part of this. Yeah, it doesn't really seem to be changing. I think in theory this would work. It was working. It's just this is not generating correctly because of how we're forcing it to generate. So. All right, let's see. Let's turn this stuff off. Probably. Yeah, I think you're probably right. A different day would give us different stuff. Let's try that. Let's just make it tomorrow. We got trash somewhere. Although we might have to sleep to make it actually work. Because sometimes some of these things won't change. Okay, yeah, we're getting a stick this time. So yeah, it's based off of the day, right? So if we change time to another day, yeah, we're getting different stuff. So it's based off of the day, it looks like. So again, now our chest is going to be filling up with trash. So if we fire this back up, recycle machine. Oh, I think we ran out of bait though. So let's turn our worm bin back on. Nope, bait. Deluxe worm bin, sorry. Forget it's the deluxe one. There we go. So now it's feeding the crab pots again. So we're getting a lot of refined quartz. Alright. So you could automate your crab pots if you wanted to. Now again, the whole point of this is named automate is to just remove you from the pipeline, right? Okay, we did a quartz factory. So I don't think this one would work. It's got one listed up here. Flour to beehive. Beehive to keg. Keg to cask. Cask to chest. I don't think you can run all those things in one location. So that one wouldn't work. You could link this up to your perfection statue to do ore. That would work. We did the cheese one. That would actually work. So, okay, let's do this. We'll take this. I think let's build out. Nah, I want to play with the auto grabber. We could build a chicken coop and try that. Let's do that. Let's see if Robin is still at her desk. Alright, since we've been changing days, we've probably got them all messed up. So let's do this. We'll go back to the 16th. Take a little nap. All right. Robin, it's 9:30. Go to work. Everybody wake up. She's not getting mad and running in her own house. Alright, let's get ourselves a chicken coop. What do we need? Wood and stone. Wood. All right, let's go and get ourselves what do we need? What is the item? Is it the animal catalog? Yeah. Thank you. That's nice of you. Frulo. Congratulations, Frulo. Welcome to the farm. Luku. Glad to have Luko aboard. Mulu. And who's chicken number 4? Fetzley. Those are some good. Oh, okay. That'll make him get mad at me and do the run. All right, there we go. I suppose we could let him outside. We want happy chickens, right? Okay, I don't think this is going to work, but we'll try it. Yeah, we're going to have to sleep. Booksellers in town. Alright, do we need to go out and pet them or something? What's wrong with you chickens? Grow up. Get away from the door. Alright, we'll try a couple more days. We're confusing our chickens. That might really confuse the chickens. Oh, one of them decided to grow old. Let's see if we can get the rest. Just Mulu. You might not like that I've been... Probably not. That might be it. They're probably... I'm just going too fast. Alright, let's let them eat. Let's give them some hay, I guess. No, they won't eat hay. Come on. Go outside. Well, one laid an egg. That's all we need. That's enough. Okay. Let's build this up here. Now I'm going to assume I'm going to have to do another day to get the auto grabber to auto grab. So let's do that. Once we get it to grab, then we can do whatever we want. Oh, that one grew up. Congratulations. Welcome. Okay. We've got an egg. So, we'll put a piece of jade in there just so we can access it whenever we want. Let's grab normal eggs. Okay, so we got the situation where our auto grabber is going to be grabbing eggs. Right now, there's a couple things that we could do here. Our first thing is going to be, and we might have already put them all away. Recycling, charcoal, auto grabber. We'll grab some mayonnaise machines. Now I'm curious. I don't think it will go through walls. Yeah, I didn't expect it to. That would be nice if it did, but... Yeah, okay. Did not expect that to work, but worth checking on. Alright. I did grab mayonnaise machines, right? Yep, okay. Let's check. Make sure that we've got all this stuff turned on. Alright, auto grabber. We've got set to a priority of 1. And the mayonnaise machine, I bet you we have set to a lower priority. Oh, they're both set to 1. Alright, so let's drop the auto grabber. Actually, let's keep the auto grabber. Let's put that at 10. And we'll put the mayonnaise machine at a 20. No, that's not working either. Interesting. Okay. Not what I expected. Let's reset these back down to normal numbers. So let's turn these off for now. Set that to 0. Set that to 0. Okay, so this is puzzling because this should have worked. I evidently can't move that. Puzzling. Alright, let's see if that's causing a problem or not. It is not. Huh. This is essentially the same setup we had up here, which would have been egg goes into the thing, but it should pull out of the auto grabber. Okay, let's check the mod page. By default, automatically supports all vanilla machines. Auto grabbers. Yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll cycle the day just in case there's something weird going on with the auto grabber because of our issues or our manipulation of time and stuff like that. And then the other thing we might do is unfreeze time. Some kind of weirdness in maybe the auto grabber. Okay, let's unfreeze time. Okay, well that's slightly disappointing. The auto grabber worked, it grabbed eggs, so that part's working. But why is it not feeding the mayonnaise machine? Alright, let's drop a chest just in case that matters. Okay, this is interesting. So maybe it was a broken animation, but it moved all the eggs to the chest. And now I don't have access to the auto grabber again. I suppose, though, this would work. So so maybe the mayonnaise machine can't pull directly from the auto grabber. So what you'd have to do is you would auto grabber to a chest. Let's see if that works. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't think the machine can pull directly out. So what we might have to do is set it up this way, where the auto grabber feeds a chest, and then use the chest as your... So this should have been this chest was empty. Still empty, so they didn't lay any eggs. So let's give them time to go eat. Alright, that chicken ate. We just need one. Just need one of you lovely, lovely hens to lay an egg. Because if this doesn't work the way I thought it did, this will be disappointing. Alright, nothing in the auto grabber. Okay, so there you go. So the auto grabber grabbed the egg, then fed it into the chest. And then from the chest, you could link up the mayonnaise machine. And then again, you know, if we actually... then this would process and put stuff back in the chest, right? So this is a way to go about it. Now, again, if you're not running the Chest Anywhere mod, you could actually manually do this a little bit with the Chest Anywhere mod, but... Alright, but basically this simple little setup, auto grabber would always harvest your eggs, dump them into this chest. This would then grab stuff out of the chest and then just basically keep processing it. And then you just have to pop in here every once in a while and empty this chest out with your mayonnaise. Now this is where it is disappointing that we can't get the shipping bin to work, because this is where, to set this up the way I would want, like I would want a shipping bin there. Okay, let's turn that back on, see what happens. Alright, again, we'll drop its priority, turn it on. Yeah, see, the eggs are going over. We'd want the mayonnaise to go over, but not the eggs. But if this is busy, I think that's the problem. Okay, let's try this. We're gonna pull everything out of here. I have an idea. I think this would still not be ideal, but I think I have an idea of how it might actually work. Fast processing. Mayonnaise machine. Okay. Let's set our mayonnaise machine priority to 10. Okay. So we've got nothing in there, nothing in there, nothing in there. So we're going to put one egg in there. Okay, it went directly to the mayonnaise machine, and then it went here. So the shipping bin is out prioritizing the chest, but the mayonnaise machine out prioritized this. Now, if we put a stack of eggs in, I think what's going to happen One will go to the mayonnaise machine, and the other ones are going to go to the shipping bin. Yep. So here's what's happening. This doesn't have a priority. Once this thing kicked in, it said, okay, what in this chain has the highest priority? And that was the mayonnaise machine. So if we put one egg in, it says, okay, mayonnaise machine or shipping pin. This has a higher priority. I'm going to put it in there first. If this is full, I'm going to put it in the second highest priority, right? So if we could prioritize chests, I think we could get this to work, but I don't know, or I haven't seen anywhere in the interface. Let's look around the interface here. Maybe we missed something. Color picker, add to existing stacks. I don't think automate has anything for chests, which is disappointing. That might be something that I would like to see. Enabled connectors. Custom connectors. That won't do anything. Mini shipping bin. Anvil auto. Bait B. Bone. I'm going to read them all so I make sure I don't miss it. Bush settings. Cask. Charcoal. Cheese. Coffee. Crab. Crystallarium. Deconstructor. Dehydrator. Deluxe fish pond. Fish pond would be nice. It could just auto harvest your roe and then put it into preserve jars. That would be nice. Fish smoker, furnace, geocrusher, hay hopper, and silo. Interesting. You could pull out of the hay hopper. Huh. That might be something worth playing with. Heavy furnace, heavy tapper, incubator. Incubator. Could you feed into the incubator? Okay, so this is interesting. If you put the incubator into your chain, you could set the incubator to have a higher priority than the mayonnaise. So if there were eggs, it would always put it in the incubator first, and then the mayonnaise jar second, if you wanted to do something like that. Lightning rod, mayonnaise machine, mill, mushroom. Oil maker, ostrich, preserve jars, recycle, seed maker, slime egg, soda machine, solar panel, the statues, tapper, trash can, trees, wood chipper, wood burns. Yeah, I'm curious on that. That seems like something that's missed here. So you have to be creative. So using the shipping bins, honestly, I would probably right now turn them off because if you have too much supply and you have a mini shipping, or if you have a shipping bin in your chain and you have too much supply, the overage is going to go to the shipping bin and not stay in the chest. That seems to be the way, and I don't see any way to block that, which does mean... Let's go ahead and take a quick break. I'm going to pop out during the break, turn on the chest anywhere, because I think it might have a chest priority system, and we'll see if we can get that to work. So take a quick break. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. So, I've turned on the Chest Anywhere mod. So we now have a different interface. This is called Big Stone Chest 1. We're going to go ahead and edit this. And we're going to call it Chicken Chest. Okay, so here you can see the Automate mod and these two work together. So I can say put items in this chest, never put items in the chest, take items from this chest, never take items from this chest. So I see that. I don't think I see, though, anything prioritized. So let's go ahead and rebuild our system here. Well, I'm sorry you're grumpy. Alright, let's put some eggs in here. Alright, so it's working the way we thought it would work. That's producing. So let's look at the mini shipping bin now. We're going to put it over here so it doesn't hook into our system. Okay, the order is just the order of things in the room. Hide the chest. You'll need to find the chest to undo this. Okay. Oops. Cellar, coop. There we go. Okay, so my order here is just the order that these things... Okay, so auto grabber. I can get to auto grabber in here, which is interesting. Put items in the chest, take items from the chest. Okay, so let's say order 0. We'll make the chicken chest a 1. And we'll make the mini shipping bin a 99. Alright, let's go ahead and put in 10 eggs. Oh, it's not connected, so that's not going to do anything. Okay, our 17 mayo went over, so let's throw in... Yeah, it's still doing the same thing. So there seems to be a bit of functionality missing that allows you to give the chests a well, I mean, I don't think we can change that on this one, right? No. Like what I'd want to do is I would want to make it so that it's almost like your chest can't have a priority or out prioritize anything else. And that should be in this interface. Actually, let's see if there's anything in here. Enable shipping bin. Enable sprinkler attachments, range. Yeah, that's not anything. And there's nothing here. Okay. So I think auto selling stuff. Now, 2 different ways to look at this. Hey, Jen, welcome back. Glad to have you with us. Victus, have a good night. Congratulations on your 100 subscribers. Take it easy. So, a couple of comments on this, though. 1, putting a shipping bin into your automation has danger linked to it anyway, right? You could accidentally sell stuff that you don't want to sell. So I could see not wanting to do that anyway. At least on my Joja farm, the way I'm running this is I just turned off. Let's get down here. I just turned this off, right? So if we set our system up now, we put in our 10 eggs. It's going to mayonnaise our eggs. but you'll notice nothing's going over here. Right, so I just turned the shipping bins off, and that's probably the safest things to do. So again, our mayonnaise all kind of got made as well. Yeah, it's good to see when somebody comes back. Okay. I'm going to say slight disappointment. The biggest disappointment I've had, I love this mod. And I'm going to use this in my JoJo run continuously. The thing I don't like about it is I do wish there was a way to, if not globally prioritize chests, to at least make it so that you could, or if not individually prioritize chests, globally prioritize chests, right? Like, hey, put things in a chest as a last resort, or make a chest above a... See, there's the problem. If you make a chest a higher option than a shipping bin, then it's never going to go to the shipping bin anyway. Now, I believe... Let me look at... Okay, pairs well with better Junimos, deluxe grabber redo, makes auto grabbers collect nearby animal products, forage crops, and such. Filtered chest hopper enables advanced machine pipeline. So I think the filtered chest hopper might be worth looking at. Machine control panel lets you control which items each machine type accepts. Non-destructive NPCs and workbench helper. So what is the filtered chest hopper? Let's see what that one is. Upgrades hoppers to transfer items between chests using the contents as a filter. Filter chest hopper starts as a copy of the mod Super Hopper, but now the mod connects hoppers to each other horizontally to create one large pipeline. Any items in chests above the pipeline will be moved into the chests below the hoppers, with the inventory of each hopper acting as a whitelist filter, only allowing matching items into the chests they are above. Chests are filled with the emptied left or right. Okay, so it's a way to use hoppers to filter, but it doesn't go directly to the chest. But that could be interesting, where you could actually say, okay, in this pipeline, only put in this item or that item, and then automate based off of that. Let's see. Place the chest next to the machine. To install settings, compatibility, how to use. Okay, chest edit with chest anywhere to enable prefer this chest output. Okay. If you add multiple chests to the same machine group, they'll all be used in the automation. Input will be taken from the chest and output will be sent to chest in this order. Chests edited using chests anywhere. Chests which already contain an item of the same type. Any chest. Okay, let's try that. We'll stay with our chickens. So let's add in another chest into our pipeline here. And did this change? Okay, so let's see. Machine groups. Chest edited using chest anywhere to enable prefer this chest for output. Put item, take item. I don't see that option. Number of chests and machines into a machine group. Okay, it might be upset that we've... Let's take out that flooring. That flooring might be messing it up. There we go. Okay. We'll put... There we go. Plenty of chests now to prove our point. Okay, so they're all in the same category. Let's make this one a 5. Let's take the hopper out for now. Let's make this one a 4. Actually, let's make this one a 1. And let's make this one a 10. And then we'll load this chest up. Alright. So mayonnaise is being produced. Where do we think it's going? Alright, this already has mayonnaise in it. So it says chests which already contain an item of the same type. So let's take that out. Okay, it did go to that chest. Okay, so I'm looking for, if you add multiple chests to the same machine group, they'll all be used in the automation. Input will be taken from all the chests, and output will be sent to the chest in this order. Chests edited using Chests Anywhere to enable prefer this chest for output. Alright, let's see if there is something in here. Enable sprinkler. Nope. Reopen last chest. Default category. Yeah, I don't see anything in there. Automate. Did it add anything to this? It seems like there's a chunk of functionality that I'm not finding. Alright, well, let's try another experiment. What if we put an egg in here? Okay. So that went to this one, the chicken chest, which is not the first chest in the system. Okay, so let's move. But it all already had mayonnaise in it. Okay, hold on. Let's see if that is causing something. Nope. Okay, so it went there. So let's change chicken chest to a 0. And we'll change this one to a 1. All right, we'll put an egg in here. Mayonnaise got made. It's almost like it's going left to right. All right, let's try this then. Take chicken chest out. All right, big stone chest 3. Made it down there. Pop. First chest on the left. Now if we put in a chest here, put an egg in, bam, down to mayonnaise, and not there, went there. All right, let's pull those out. Egg in, pop, not there, went there. Okay, so if we have mayonnaise, let's put mayonnaise here. And then we egg here. Pop. And then we should have no mayonnaise, no mayonnaise, no mayonnaise. And then it went here. Okay, so it's prioritizing chests with the already contained an item of the same type. And then any chest. And if it's any chest, it seems to feed from left to right. So the thing that we're missing is chests edited using Chests Anywhere to enable prefer this chest for output. Now, there is a setting. I suppose what that might mean. Okay, that might mean this. Let's say we wanted this one to be our output chest. So I could edit this to say, put items in this chest, take items from this chest. So let's empty that. I could edit this to say, never put items in this chest. we can make this one. Never put items in this chest. We could say this one. Never put items in this chest. Alright, so now if we put an egg in here, should go to here. And then there's nothing. Alright, so now if I put an egg anywhere, we should have nothing, 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 and mayonnaise. Now if we put mayonnaise down here, it still shouldn't put anything in there. Mayonnaise should go to here. Okay. So there is, again, this is a different mod. This is Chests Anywhere. It's giving me more functionality, but it's still not building a priority system. Like what I would want is, I want this, right? I want an interface like this that says, okay, name all your chests, and they're not listed in here anywhere, are they? Like if all the chest names showed up in here, that would be cool. Let's rename. Call this one Mayo Output. Like if that showed up in the automate mod now, like if Mayo Output was in here, I would be ecstatic. But it is not. Like, and then I could say, okay, now I want to prioritize this or not prioritize that. But again, even the priority system, I don't think is going to fix our shipping bin problems. But yeah, we're not doing that, so I'm not worried about that. Okay, so I think if you wanted to, you know, you could put a whole bunch of chests in a single system, but with Chests Anywhere, you could make it so all your output went to a certain spot. So for instance, you know, this thing that we built out here, right? Like if we wanted this chest to be only input, but we want our output stuff to be somewhere else, we can now edit this to be like, hey, don't put anything in here. Now, I can still put stuff in there manually, but nothing will automatically be put in there, right? So now, if we put our crystallariums back in this, the crystallariums are cranking stuff out. And the furnace, let's turn the furnace back on here, and it should get stuck if I've built this correctly. Heavy furnace. Oh, no, we've got this chest in the system. Alright, do we have another chest in the system? I don't think so. So what's that making? Refined quartz? 533. Okay, so did I not save something? Let's look. Yeah, okay, I didn't save. Put items in this chest. Never put items in this chest. Now that should make this stick. Okay. So, you know, again, this chest, I could have a manual place to put things, but now the crystallariums are all doing the crystallarium work, and they're going to feed this furnace. But because the other chests can't be placed, I could then create an output chest for this system. That means it's going to pull from this chest, but the crystallariums would never put stuff in there. Not ideal, but I could create an output chest. I think most of the time in this mod, you're going to have relatively simple setups, right? You know, you don't need these big, giant, elaborate things. You're just going to do something much like a hopper, but you could feed, like on my other farm. Let's turn that back off. So on my other farm, I did a setup like this. I'm making mayonnaise on my other farm. Yeah, we're definitely in teacher mode tonight. Okay, so mayonnaise machine. All right, so the old way to do this, let's talk about that a little bit. The built-in game way to do this is you have something called a hopper. I can get a shopping cart evidently as well. All right, and so what I would do, hopper, mayonnaise machine, eggs, is I would build something like this. I would say, okay, I'm going to set up a mayonnaise machine there. I'm going to set up a hopper there. And then when I put an egg in the hopper, put one egg in, it would go to the mayonnaise machine. And then at some point, I need to notice this, and I'm going to come by. Actually, let's put 2 more eggs in the hopper, right? So this is built into the vanilla game. And I can come by, I can say, cool, my mayonnaise is done. And I grab it, and then it produces more mayonnaise. You know, and this will just keep doing that until the hopper runs out. Automate takes that a step farther, though, in that I could take a chest, theoretically here, if we put a chest here, we could theoretically surround this with as many mayonnaise machines as we want. So let's do something crazy like this. There we go. And because they are now all within the same green square there, if I come in here and we drop our eggs, or I feed this chest with the auto grabber, now it's going to feed all of those simultaneously. So let's turn the quick stuff off. Right, so now my eggs are just going to pop out here whenever they're ready. Now the other thing that it does, oops, let's go back to the morning, there we go. I think every time I play with time, it triggers the machines. Oh, not so much, okay. But the other thing that it does is I don't have to manually harvest, which also means I can do something like this where I can't get to that machine, right? But the chest network can, so. I don't know. Let's look at it. How did I get there? What was I looking up? Mayonnaise hopper. Oops, 2 H's on hopper. Hopper. Just says it's a decoration. Man, if that was a chest and you could fill it up with stuff, that would be cool. There is a mod that has, like, I've seen a video of it briefly, but it's like all kinds of different things, and then you can put different items in them to fill them up, and they just act like chests. So that one would be an extreme version. Alright, so we can see this one's just firing when it fires. This worked out relatively well. I think that would be a good one. Okay, so let's save all this so I don't mess it up. Hey, we sold some mayonnaise. I don't remember selling mayonnaise, but we evidently did. Okay, so real quick here, let's jump out. And we're going to load up our perfection farm. And we're just going to look around. We're not going to do anything to it because I'm not playing this one modded, but... Okay, so we already explored the cellar, how we could set the cellar up better. So all of this empty space we could actually fill up with automate. So that is an option. You could theoretically pull, like if you put a chest here, the coffee machine would auto. Oh, that was bad. Come on, go up. I hate my cursor jumping around like that. I should have just placed a chest down. That would have been easier. That's okay. Why make things easy? So if I throw this up there, so now I can automatically pull the coffee out and just store it in a chest if I wanted to. Okay, so this whole setup here, I've got individual hoppers going to cheese presses, individual hoppers going to mayonnaise machines. That could 100% be replaced. This one chest here at the end of the chain could auto feed all those. All the time that I spend like coming up here and sorting through which egg should be in which eliminates all of that. Same thing with this. You could actually do a setup where, what am I trying to say? This chest would automatically feed all of these preserve jars. And technically, you could make it auto pull right out of the fish pond. So maybe we'll try a fish pond. Same thing with coffee. Coffee, that would completely be replaced. All this could just get automatically pulled into there. I believe... Oh, let's try a tree. I think it will auto-harvest from a tree. We'll test that. Okay. Yeah, a couple things that we could try here. Fish ponds and trees. Let's see what we can do. Alright, let's go. Let's go see Robin first. Go to work, Robin. Get mad, get mad. Run, Robin, run! Okay, do we need to move anything out of the way? Nope, I don't think so. Seaweed and green algae. Didn't I grab seaweed? Or did I only grab one seaweed or something? Yeah, I only grabbed one seaweed. There we go. Sorry, Robin. My bad. Alright, now let's go down to the wizard. Oh, I don't think I've unlocked on this save. Let's see. There we go. How to win friends to the beach. Okay, so I haven't done the missions to unlock the wizard yet. Oh, here we go. Unlock the wizard. There we go. Okay, so that's not working. Alright, that's fine. I was just going to grab a Junimo hut. Unlock content. Daizenten can read Junimo text. Sure, perfection achieved. A community center. Door unlocked. Probably don't need perfection. Jojo Mart membership. Okay, let's see if that does it. Nope. We're just trying to cheat our way into the wizards. We unlock that. Well, let's pretend we achieve perfection. Sure, why not that as well? Alright, we'll try one more thing here. And then if it doesn't work, we just won't play with Junimo huts. Okay, that's fine. No biggie. What do we want to make? Let's make a... How about a legend pond? 999 legends. Throw you in. Throw you in. Okay, so theoretically then, if we put a chest down, let's just see what that does first. I just put a chest there. Okay, so notice the green popped in, right? So if I remove this chest, it's red. It means it can't process anything. Like, these don't have any connection to them. This has no connection to it. So if I had a bunch of fish ponds, I could actually run... I could run basically a pipeline down to here. Drop a chest. And now this connection is made. So I think the connection is the key. Now the question is, could I... Okay, so the chests are a key, right? I can't run the road directly out of here. It needs a chest. So, but if I did something like this, now that's all in the same system. And if we go get some sleep here. Now, we may or may not have gotten row last night. I should have put that closer. Okay, so see how this is working? So what happened is we got 4 row. The 4 row came down here, went into this chest, and into this preserves jar. And then as this completes, so if we crank this up, then it's just going to process out the row. Cool. So you could automate your fish ponds if you had a bunch of fish ponds. I'm still a little disappointed in this. I think this... Do we still have eggs in here? Yeah, we're still processing eggs. Although, again, if you're running this mod, honestly, you could just grab everything manually out of the auto grabbers and put it wherever you want. So, like, since I have multiple chicken coops, I honestly don't think I'm going to set this up in every single one. I'll probably just put the auto grabber in and then grab all the stuff out of the auto grabbers and dump it somewhere. I don't know that I'll have individual pipelines for each one. Okay, so let's see. Can we make... I don't know if fish ponds aren't in this list. Yeah. I can't make fish ponds instantly do things. Infinite hay, auto water crops, insta catch. Yeah, I don't think I have any kind of... way to make that happen. At least not with the mods I have currently. I can freeze time. I can grow a tree. Oh, trees. Okay, so numpad 1 is grow trees. Alright, let's play around with some trees then. Let's clean some of this stuff out. Cycling machine. Oh, the charcoal kiln. I'm going to play around with that a little bit. Like right now, what we have is we have a whole bunch of coal in there. And we've got a whole bunch of coal in here. No, we don't have any coal in here. So if we crank this up again, let's get our heavy furnace going. Then we'll play with trees. Okay, so notice that didn't fire up. But what I could do is if I put wood in here. Where is it? Charcoal kiln. And we added this to our system. I think I added the wrong thing. Hold on. I want you. There we go. Okay, so now we have a charcoal kiln in the system. So what this should do is if we, again, we'll cheat our way into making stuff happen. 3. There's 5. 2. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So essentially this is making coal. These are making gems. And then it's all feeding into this one thing, right? Like you could also put gold ore in here. You could put whatever you want. So if you added a charcoal kiln to the system, then it would just auto feed coal as it's needed. Okay, now I notice that the furnace isn't running anymore, which means I think we've run it out of fire quartz. No, why is this not working? Take items from the chest, never put items in this chest. Did we break our link somewhere? Oh, maybe it's trying to pull from this one first. All right, let's take this out. Take this out. No. Okay, this is interesting. Oh, we have way too many things named Big Stone Chest out here. All right, let's name some stuff so we can find it. Wow, look at all those Q's or U's. That was a stuck key. Quartz. There we go. Okay, so let's change this. Here, put items in the chest. Did that fire it up again? I wonder... Okay, this is interesting. I'm thinking... Okay, so the ingredients have to be in the same chest. So we've got fire quartz in this chest, and we've got coal in this chest. So what's happening is it won't pull coal from one and fire quartz from the other. If we put our fire quartz in here, it'll work. So you have to have, if you have a multi-ingredient machine, you have to have all your ingredients in the same chest. Now, interesting enough, if I were going to build this, I wouldn't have this chest in the system. This was just our first build. Like, we would have these things running. They're cranking out fire quartz. Right? And actually, let's, instead of just stocking this up, let's give it some, we'll make, nope, hardwood doesn't work. Oh, let's try this. This will be weird. Isn't there a wood chipper? Wood chair, wood chipper. Alright, so I believe the wood chipper, insert a piece of hardwood, break it down into regular wood. Alright, so if I put hardwood in here, it'll make hardwood, or it'll make wood. Alright, let's fire this whole system up. We've got crystallariums, charcoal kiln, crystallariums. They're cranking now. Got the wood chipper. So it's cranking now. So it's creating wood. So it's taking hardwood, converting it to wood. The wood is going to the charcoal kiln, converting to charcoal. Or to coal. Crystallariums are pumping out fire quartz and quartz. We've got some pine tar and oak resin as well. Is that a sub... That might be a rare item you get from the wood chipper, I guess. Alright, that's a relatively complex setup. We're not feeding it anything. You know, the one thing, to make this whole thing work, the one thing we'd have to put in would be hardwood. That's it. Everything else in this system is completely automated. And again, the brick path is actually feeding all this down here. So if you wanted to hide a lot of this functionality somewhere on your farm, you could then path it down and put it in a chest, like somewhere that's more conveniently located. Okay, let's shut this down. Alright, so now this would run at its natural speed. Okay, I think let's play around with fruit trees. So we'll take a quick break and let's see if we can do actually just trees in general. And see if we can get some stuff working on trees. So I will be right back. Alright, welcome back. I want to try one quick thing here. This may or may not work. We're going to drop a shipping bin and a mayonnaise machine. Oh! Okay, so what happened there is we put that on our track, right? So it actually pulled everything out of here. So again, there is still something where a shipping bin takes priority over other things. Alright, let's come over here. Which I don't necessarily like. But what I want to test here. Alright, shipping bin. Mayonnaise machine. Yeah, I don't think the shipping bin is the best thought out here. Okay, so if I put eggs in the shipping bin... Okay, so it won't pull from the shipping bin either. So if you get... Yeah, I think in general, just keeping shipping bins out of your system is probably a good idea. Let's move their priority up. See if it makes a difference. Yeah, it's not pulling things out of the shipping bin, which makes sense, right? Okay, not a huge surprise, but it is what it is. Oh, we got a meteor at some point. That might have been in the last stream. All right, inventory. Let's clear out some inventory space again. So far, the casks in the basement and the keg system that we built, huge. Crystallariums, you could fill a shed up completely full with crystallariums. That would work pretty well. The bee thing wouldn't work. Like, bee to keg, you could work outside, but you couldn't go keg to cask, because that would have to be inside. Okay. How about saplings? Okay, let's get ourselves... What are we feeling? Apple, apricot, banana, cherry, mango, orange, peach... I think an apple tree. And then syrup sounds good. Let's get a maple seed. And we got ourselves a heavy tapper. Alright, so we're going to have to hopefully see if we can get this to work. Drop that. Drop that. Now I think... There we go. There we go. Okay. So, theoretically then, let's put a tapper on you. Can't tap an apple tree, right? Okay. There we go. We'll use some pathing on this run, since we do have it set up. And let's try to put the chest on the path. I want to see if that works. Okay. Let's go ahead and... You know what I need to do? I just need to get myself the... There it is. The old return scepter. I sold all those eggs, so that's kind of funny. Right? Hoarding is a moral imperative. Alright, so we're going to sleep a few nights here. Alright, so our apple tree definitely should have had apples on it by now. How am I not chugging espresso? Alright, so notice our apple tree has no apples on it. But we do have maple syrup, so that is an apple tree, right? Alright, so let's go ahead and take this out of the link. He might be mad because I'm changed time, so we'll see. Alright, that was 3 days. That doesn't make apples grow. Oh, it's raining. I don't know what will. Okay, my tree's broken. So let's make sure I did this correct. We won't put anything around that tree, just to see if that makes a difference. Also, it might be mad because I have time frozen. Run! This farm is a mess. Okay, so the instant growing trees doesn't seem to be working. At least on the apple tree. But theoretically, what this should do is the same thing. Now, is it because there's nothing around the apple tree, right? Yeah, that's all clean. Okay, let's grab a couple other types of trees then. Saplings. Alright. Apricot. Banana. Let's see if we can get any of these to grow. Also, let's try to unfreeze time. Maybe that will make apples grow. Okay, so for the first round, I'm going to go ahead and sleep before I grow the trees, because maybe there's something in the cheat that's making that not work. Alright, now we'll go ahead and instant grow some trees. Oh, does that have cherries on it? I think that one does. So somehow that one got cherries on it. That one got a fruit on it. Alright, so I wonder if there's just blockage or something. I don't know. But we got some working trees. That's all that matters. We'll get a couple nights of sleep in here. Just try to drink some coffee. Okay, yeah, so probably there's some kind of weirdness. But anyway, so we do have ourselves 2 trees that are growing fruit. So let's go ahead and drop our chest back down here. Okay, so it harvested our maple syrup. So that is good. Now, if we bring... There we go. Yeah, you see it harvest. If you watch, harvest, harvest, harvest. All right, now, so we should theoretically have... We've got 3 of each. So let's see if... I believe you can put pathing around a fruit tree once it has grown in. So we'll do that. Like it's some kind of nice thing that we built. There we go. So if this is working, tomorrow we should have 4. Alright, nothing on our trees, which is expected. And we've got 4. Okay, so you could put a chest next to each tree, I guess. But if you were building a little orchard, you could probably do some interesting things with your pathing. So put a path down in between them and then make that actually do the harvesting for you. And theoretically, we could run this pathing all the way back to the house and get it to work as well. So yeah, this has been cranking out. So the fish ponds is good. This is pretty good. I think that covers most of the settings. Like I said, I might do some more reading. It feels like there's a missing setting that I just either don't have on or can't find. And that would be to have a little bit more stuff with this, with the chests. I think that could actually make things... Controls when the chest UI is open. Categories, chests. Oh, thank you. I didn't even think about the seasons. I'm cheating so much in this playthrough. Yeah, good point. Plus, I have all my trees in the greenhouse on my main farm, so I don't even think about the seasons. Welcome, Ace. That's a great point. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, cool. So it wasn't anything I did wrong. It was just a seasonal issue. That makes perfect sense. We found 2 that worked, that were in the right season. So, great point, though. Okay, let's see. What an absolute mess. But it does all work. Yeah, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Okay, so in general, I think 2 of the biggest things that we discovered. This is insanely awesome. If you want to maximize absolute production, right? You know, so if we pop in here and we say, you know what, the classic ancient wine, or sorry, ancient fruit. I can pop my ancient fruit in here, and bam, 100% of my kegs are up and running now, right? And then obviously when they completed, and again, we'll cheat menu this a little bit. When they complete, our ancient fruit converts over to ancient wine. Perfect. Then we come into our house. This one actually I think is probably the biggest thing. You have such limited room down here that being able to fill up every square down here, right? Oh, I left my ancient wine, so we're gonna We'll cheat our way. I left it in the other. But being able to just drop this in here, and bam, all of these are up and running. And then again, same thing. Turn that off. And there we go. We're actually up and running. The other thing, so the cask I think is probably the most powerful thing because that's the only place you can put those, which is kind of nice. The other thing that I liked about this one is I could eliminate, let's say again, we have some coffee. We have some ancient fruit. What else do you often put in kegs? Hops. Let's put some hops in. Anything else we want to make? What's good in a keg? Let's see. Keg. Beer. Ooh, let's put some rice in. Rice. We need probably what? That one, I think. Rice. Coffee. Oh, some tea leaves. Tea leaves. Any vegetable. Pumpkins. There we go. Oh, some honey. Wild honey. Fairy rose honey. There we go. Okay. So if we had a setup like this, we could just come in here and we could be like, okay, you know, we harvested, we harvested some rice. Let's pull this stuff out, right? And we harvested some tea leaves. And we had a great pumpkin crop. So we harvested some of those. We collected a little bit of honey. We all know that I make lots of coffee, so we'll throw a lot of coffee in there. We grab some of this. Anything else? Oh, some hops. We got some hops going. Lots of hops. There we go. You know, so we can just feed this chest with all the stuff that we produce. We click OK. And there you go. It filled in all of the things with what we need. Now we'll go ahead and turn our kegs back on. And there we go, right? It just created everything basically on our list. And so we don't have to line stuff up or anything like that. So that's kind of nice. All right, let's just get ridiculous here. Because why not? All right, here we go. Coffee. There goes vinegar. So it's just basically processing from left to right. So the last thing we should see will be the hops. There's the tea. We moved on to, I'm not sure what that one is. Yeah, there's the pale ale or the whatever. Oh, got the ancient fruit wine. There we go. So basically, we just cranked through all of our stuff except for our poor 3 coffee beans. So yeah, your capacity, you can either go big capacity or just convenience because you don't have to individually put anything in. You just feed the chest. The other one we spent a little bit of time on, although I'm still not 100% happy is we can feed the auto grabber into a chest and then feed our mayonnaise machine and then produce mayonnaise. We did look at the fact that in Chests Anywhere, you can actually set up your chests so that you have a choice if things are put in or taken out by the automate mod. So you could do a little bit of customization there, although not a lot. Yeah, thumbnail creation takes a while. Arguably today's was average at best because I didn't have a lot of time to build it. This was probably our most complex system because we actually built this so that we've got crystallariums feeding ourselves fire quartz. We've got a wood chipper that takes hardwood, makes it into wood. Then we've got a kiln that takes that wood and turns it into coal. So, like if we, again, get some hardwood here. Not that this would be the best use for your hardwood. Ooh, what's the... Actually, let's try this. Let's add one more thing. All right, I'm going to build a whole different version of this. I have an idea. This will be like, I think, our final build. Let's find a spot to put it. Let's go south. This farm's getting a little full of just crap. All right, we'll build it down here. All right, so let's start off with just a chest. All right, so then we need... We're going to get a hardwood fence posts. And then is it the recycle machine that can deconstruct that? Then a wood chipper. Wood chipper. Then a kiln. And we'll just do a normal furnace. No heavies. Normal furnace. A crystallarium. And we'll get one fire quartz. Okay. So we're going to put down the recycle machine. The wood chipper. Charcoal kiln, crystallarium, and the furnace. We'll feed our... We'll put our fence posts in here, our fire quartz in there. Boom. Fire quartz opened up, or put itself in the crystallarium. So it's been taken out. And that's not the right machine. What is the machine? Space on its name. Oh man, I always use it. I think you get it in Key's place. Let's check that. Walnut room. Yeah, so techniques for making your things pop out. I don't know what software you're using, but the adding a stroke color around it, like a white line around it or something like that, helps. The other thing that helps, Deconstructor. Why couldn't I remember that? My name is freaking Deconstruction Gaming. The other thing that can help is drop shadows. Drop shadows will sometimes separate things as well. Those are the two that I use, if you've seen mine. There we go. Deconstructor. So let's pull this out. Okay. So this pipeline should build refined quartz. So if we drop in our hardwood fence, it immediately goes into the deconstructor. So let's fire up our deconstructor. There we go. It made hardwood that is now feeding into our wood chipper. So if we crank up our wood chipper here. So the wood chipper is now making wood that's feeding into our kiln. Geez, get the right key. So our kiln. What's it called? It's not just called a kiln, evidently. Where are you at? Why can't I find what I'm looking for? Anvil, bit maker, bee house. Charcoal kiln, that's what I'm looking for. There we go. So now that's firing. Which means we should be building up hardwood, wood, coal. So now we need our crystallarium kicking in. Doing its job. There we go. And then now we'll turn our furnace on. There we go. Now, I don't know that you'd want to burn through that much hardwood, although I was getting fence posts for free in the casino, right? So hardwood fence, I can get like 20 a day for free. So this essentially is a free way to make refined quartz. You know, so I'm taking a fence post, deconstructing it. That hardwood is going into the wood chipper. The wood is going into the kiln. The coal is going into the furnace along with the quartz. And if I used a heavy furnace, it'd be more efficient, but this is essentially a free refined quartz maker. Which is pretty crazy. Again, assuming you get the fence posts. Okay, let's shut all this down. It's making lots of noise. It's never designed to run at that speed. Oh, you go, wood chipper. There we go. All right, so that's one of the more complex things I could think of as far as number of moving things. Yeah, those are the ones that I probably use the most. Obviously, color palette matters, right? Like, if you got a mostly brown background and you put brown lettering on it, you know, that'll make a difference. I'm not sure how much color theory you do. You know, obviously, complementary colors that are across from each other on the color wheel tend to pop out a little bit more. You know, so like yellow and purple, red and green, blue and orange, things like that. So you can find some stuff there. The other technique that I've used sometimes, if I want something to pop out, is I'll put a kind of an opacity layer in. So if I've got my background image, then I'll put a full screen black image in front of that. And then I'll control, like, I'm going to make this 10%. And it will dim that background down so that your foreground stuff can pop out. There's different ways of doing that depending on which program you work in. But if you have multiple layers, you can just make a full screen black image and then you can just change the opacity on it and it will dim down your things. Obviously, depending on the program you're using as well, you could desaturate colors, things like that. Don't be afraid to play around even with black and white, right? If you do some sections in black and white, then the color sections are going to pop out. That can be a technique, you know, it kind of depends on what you're trying to do. Let me look at your channel real quick, at your past thumbnails. See if anything else pops out. There you are. Thumbnails. I haven't watched your chicken videos yet. The other thing I'm seeing is, just as a first impression, your Stardew Sisters font, your Perfection Farm red font, part of it is not popping out because it's such a thin font, right? That's why I use my Rebellion font so much, because it's a very, very bold font. So because the font itself is so thin, you have to make it so much bigger to show up. If you pick a font that is maybe a bolder style font, or bold the font if it allows it, that will help that stuff pop out a little bit as well. Like your spring year one, you're using the same font, but you've got the text, but then you've got like a pink surrounding. Like that shows up a lot better than most of the other ones are. So that was a good technique. The blue border on your week one, year one, down at the bottom, like look at how much all those little icons pop out because of that blue background, as opposed to like even the ones in your last one where you've got your crab pot and your stuff on the water. Like even those don't show up quite as well, although that water's pretty good. But yeah, all in all, I think probably the thinness of the font. Yeah, right? Those are cool. The thinness of the font is probably where you're losing it some. The other thing, if you don't want to dim the whole background as well, is you could create like an angled section that is dimmed out on the background that your text sits in front of. That can sometimes work, but overall, they're not bad. They're good thumbnails. Yeah, the thinness of the text, I think, makes it a little bit hard to read. Also, the other thing you have to always remember is at what scale the thumbnail is going to be, right? Sometimes that thumbnail, if it's full screen, it's really easy to see. But as you shrink it down to different sizes, it can make things harder to read. The other thing to be careful of, and I don't think you've done this. This is actually pretty strong. The only one I see is your Let's Play Stardew Valley Spring Week 3 Year 1. You've got some text in the lower right-hand corner. That's where it's going to put your upcoming text or the timestamp. And so that's always going to get blocked out. So kind of like that lower 16th of the corner in the bottom right-hand corner. Don't put anything important there, because it's always going to be covered by something, which gets annoying. I like that you actually, I don't put my logo on my thumbnails anymore. I probably should. I chose to go with I put the border around mine instead. To try to make them stand out. I don't know how, effective it is. But that's how I replaced my logo with that. Look at some of mine. Mine are hit or miss. Like even my Joja ones where I tried to use I've got one where I tried to actually use the Stardew font. It says now more chickens. That text just doesn't show up as well, right? And then the other game is to always try to find the smallest number of letters that get your point across so that you can make the font bigger. The less text there is, the bigger you can make it, and it just tends to show up a little bit better as well. By and large, though, I think you make good thumbnails. I was actually, I don't want to say surprised. That's not the right word. But some of the thumbnails you've popped out, it's like the one that have like Shane and, it looks like Shane and Pam in the corner with party hats on. That was pretty good. I like your flower dance one. The flower dance one I think is really good because you've got the pink trees in the background. So you've got pink, like the pink around your text. And that pink offsets really well against the green background. So that all kind of works really well together. Your first look, I think, summer week 2, year 1, the purple and yellow, because they're complementary colors, work out as well. Then if you want to go beyond that, the other thing that you have to decide, and I've seen both suggestions both ways on this. You do have your logo, your channel logo on all of them, and that helps a lot. But like in your latest one, your channel logo right now, I can barely see it because the 2 hours and 44 minutes is covering it. But the other thing to try to figure out is if you looked at all of these thumbnails together, would it feel like they're all coming from the same channel, right? So that gets into branding a little bit. Again, your logo is a part of that. So the fact that your logo's on them helps. And then you can tell me, like, if you look at all of mine, do they feel like they're all kind of in the same brand or at least in the same series? So like one thing that I did, I'm hoping is effective, is I changed my orange border to blue for the JoJo run, right? Because I want them to feel like they all belong together. I don't know how effective it is, but it's working. Those are the things that I see, but I think by and large, you got strong thumbnails. Little tweaks, I think. All right. Well, there you go. Thumbnail talk. The only other thing I've been messing around with, and I'm not 100% sure if it is effective or not. When did I start doing it? Let me go back. If I go back to... Okay, it looks like about a month ago. If you go back over a month into my view, you'll see that all of my thumbnails were full screen. And then a month ago, I started doing a center section and side sections. Because on some social media, it creates a square out of your image. And so I want all the important stuff to be in that square. Like on Instagram, or I think X does that. I don't know if it's making much of a difference, but I've condensed all of the important stuff down to the center and then made the sides like bonus material. I don't know if it's actually effective or not, but it's something I started trying. Yeah, the font is, like I use the same font on my thumbnails that is part of my logo, part of my banner. Yeah, it's like, it's part of the brand, right? And then I've got different colors and stuff that I use depending on what I'm trying to do, but cool. All right. Well, with that, I think we're going to call this one complete. If there are any mods that you want me to spend some time digging through, I'm happy to install them and mess around with them. Again, that's what Wednesdays are probably going to be for. We'll dig into different aspects of the game, different mods, try out challenges like, hey, I'm trying to do this with the Automate mod and I can't get it to work. Drop that in the comments. I'd be happy to be like, okay, let's see if we can solve that problem, right? So that's what we're going to try to do. Yeah, like I said, I'm not 100% sure. I haven't read that is on the centering. I haven't read that anywhere, and I'm just going to jump into YouTube as a whole here. I don't think I see it very often, so I'm not 100% sure if it's even going to be effective. Like if I just scroll through my home on YouTube, I'm going to say it is not a technique I'm seeing on very many. Almost everybody is just going full screen. Now, the other thing to consider is depending on how much capacity the YouTuber has, they might be creating a thumbnail and a completely separate image for social media. So then they could create a square version or something like that. So I'm not seeing it as a technique. So I don't know. I don't know if it's helping, making a difference or not. But that's why I'm doing it. Is I'm doing it because I only have so much time. And if I have to create 3 different versions of the thumbnail for different platforms, it's just extra time. So if I just create one that works on them all, that was my theory. So we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to stick with it or not. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. They're just opinions as well, you know, figure out what works for you. But, all right. So yeah, if you want to see any mods, or like I said, if you're like, hey, I put this mod on, or I'm trying to, even non-modded stuff, I'm trying to do this in the game and I can't figure out how to do it. That's what I kind of want to make Wednesday for is, you know, I don't want to call it a help desk or a Q&A, but that might be what it becomes. But if there's anything like that you want to see, feel free to throw it in the comments or hit me up on social media. I do like to help people solve problems. It's in my nature. It's in my full-time job that I do during the day. And it is part of giving back to the communities that make gaming great, right? And so anything like that you want to see, please let me know. But on that front, we will actually say we do want to support gaming communities in whatever capacity makes the most sense for you. Go out there and watch, play, or create something great. Give back to the communities that you love and help each other any chance you get. Tomorrow night, we will be back in Joja. So Thursday and Friday, we'll be back on our Joja run, which are growing. Thank you guys for that. Last night's stream was my most watch hours in a single stream I think that I've ever had. Work it out Wednesday. I like that. So thank you guys so much for that. That makes, like, we got more watch hours in that stream than I used to get in like a month or two. So the Joja's coming back on Thursday and Friday. We'll finish out summer. I'm thinking in the next stream, we should be able to build our greenhouse. That's what we're hoping to do. So. Oh, thanks, Ace. And thank you for kicking in the fact that I don't know what season I'm in. That's one thing with the cheat stuff on, I'm not paying attention to. Not like if I wanted to, like I could come in here and we could actually just say, you know what, let's just make it the season we want, right? But I didn't even think about that on the trees. So Parker, thank you. Ace, thank you. Dread, thank you for all hanging out. Sorry, I missed your, Lydia, I missed the whole Twitter X. I'm trying to be, it's their company and they branded the way they want. My head still thinks of it as Twitter. On social media, I actually have accounts on Twitter X. I've got Blue Sky, I've got Mastodon, I've got Threads, I've got Instagram. Oh, what else is in my list? Hold on, let me look. Social media. X, Facebook, Blue Sky, Threads, Mastodon, and Instagram are the ones I spend the most time on. So it's hard to keep up sometimes. So. And everybody else who joined us tonight, lurkers, we do appreciate you as well. And I 100% respect your choice not to talk. The watch time is very much appreciated though. So I do appreciate that. We did not chicken rave once tonight. What did we get to for... Well, we got to 12 likes. We got to get a chicken rave in before. We'll finish on a chicken rave. But we do appreciate you as well. Others in the chat that had to cut out early, we appreciate all you as well. Victus, congratulations on 100 subscribers. Victus put up a dog drool and candy cane soda video tonight. Did a premiere. That was very cool. So congratulations on that. Nancy, as always, we appreciate you hanging out with us. One of our definitely regulars. Nix was in the chat tonight. Good to see you. Thank you for hanging out. Classy, always good to see Classy swing by. I'll throw some links into the chat here right at the end. of all of our kind of community streamers. So if you want to go check their stuff out, you can. I see an Alex that popped in at one point. Thank you. Adara was in from Australia, so we do appreciate you hanging out with us as well. Jen came back. So happy to have Jen back in the stream. I think Ace, we've got Ace. I think that's everybody. So if you're looking for content, Dread is still in the stream. Her and her sister stream usually on Saturdays and sometimes during the week. You can check out them. Victus putting up dog videos for shorts and soda reviews. If you're into that kind of stuff, that is cool. Classy Cozy Gamer. She plays a lot of cozy style games, Stardew included. But she also gets into some other ones as well. So those are the ones I saw tonight. Check them out. We're in full on chicken rave mode. So yeah, check them out. You know, they all have a different take on the game, and that's one of the things, or different games. It's one of the things that does make a community fun, is everybody's different perspectives on what is going on. So, all right, with that being said, I'll leave you again with go watch, play, or create something great. Appreciate you all. We'll see you tomorrow night for second half of summer. Greenhouse building and Joja run extraordinaire, amazing Joja corporate takeover of Stardew Valley. So have a great night, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.